You've told yourself this story 1,000 times, that you lack willpower, that you're undisciplined. You watch others wake up at 5 a.m., crush their goals, build empires from nothing, and you wonder what's broken inside you. But here's the thing. Nothing is broken. You are not flawed. You are not lazy. You are not lacking some mysterious force of character that separates the successful from the failed. You are trying to fight millions of years of evolution with motivational quotes. Your brain evolved for survival, not ambition. It was designed in a world where calories were scarce, predators were real, and every unnecessary movement could mean death. So your brain became a sophisticated energy conservation machine. It trained itself to avoid every action not necessary for survival. It seeks comfort. It craves efficiency. It demands fast rewards. But modern discipline demands the opposite. It demands your ancient brain to choose delayed gratification in a world of instant everything, to embrace discomfort when safety is available, to expend energy when rest is an option, to value tomorrow when today is screaming for attention. This is not a willpower problem. This is a biology problem. And the moment you understand this, everything changes. Here's what's fascinating about human behavior. We worship willpower like it's some renewable resource. We tell ourselves, tomorrow I'll be stronger, tomorrow I'll resist. But willpower is not a character trait. It's a limited battery that drains with every decision, every temptation, every moment of self-control. And your environment is constantly draining it. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, discovered something crucial. People don't fail because they're weak. They fail because their environment is poorly designed. Think about this. Every behavioral psychologist knows about choice architecture. It's the invisible force that shapes what you do without you realizing it. The reason you scroll Instagram for an hour is that your phone is visible on your desk. The reason you eat junk food is because it's in your cupboard at eye level. The reason you skip the gym is because your workout clothes are buried in a drawer. Visibility beats intention. Every single time, you are not choosing between good and bad. You are choosing between easy and hard. And humans, every human, will choose the path of least resistance unless the environment makes the right choice, easier than the wrong one. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Your habits are not about who you are. They are about where you are. Your discipline is not a moral quality. It is environmental engineering. The gym goers you admire, they laid out their workout clothes the night before. The writers who produce daily, they disconnected their Wi-Fi before opening their laptop. The healthy eaters, they threw out the cookies before willpower became necessary. They didn't become disciplined, they became strategic. And this is where it gets interesting. You don't need to create discipline from nothing. You need to attach new behaviors to existing ones. James Clear called this habit stacking. And it is the single most powerful tool in behavioral change. Here's how your brain actually works. Every habit follows a neurological pattern. Cue, routine, reward. Your brain doesn't distinguish between good and bad habits. It only recognizes loops that have been reinforced. The smell of coffee triggers you to check your phone, which gives you a dopamine hit. This loop runs automatically, without thought, without willpower. You are hijacking your own brain. Habit stacking works because you're not fighting biology. You're using it. You take an existing habit that's already automatic and attach a new behavior immediately after it. After I pour my morning coffee, I will do 10 push-ups. After I sit down at my desk, I will write 1 sentence. After I brush my teeth, I will read 1 page. Notice what's happening here. You are not relying on motivation. You are not hoping discipline appears. You are embedding the behavior into the structure of your existing life. This is what Clear discovered when researching thousands of successful habit formers. Momentum beats motivation, always. But here's the crucial part most people miss. The behavior must be ridiculously small at first. Clear calls this The 2-minute rule. Your new habit should take less than 2 minutes to complete. Don't commit to running a marathon. Commit to putting on running shoes. Don't commit to writing a novel. Commit to writing 1 sentence. Don't commit to meditating for an hour. Commit to taking 3 deep breaths. Why does this work? Because your brain resists change. It interprets new behaviors as threats to routine, as energy expenditure, as risk, but a 2-minute action. Your brain doesn't register it as a threat. It slips past the resistance. And once you put on those shoes, write that sentence, take those breaths, something neurological happens. You continue. The hardest part of any habit is not doing it, it's starting it. Once motion begins, your brain wants to complete the pattern. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. Russian psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik found that the human brain remembers incomplete tasks far more vividly than completed ones. Unfinished goals stay open in your mind, like mental tabs you can't close, and this one bias explains why starting feels exciting, but consistency feels impossible. Because your mind gives you the dopamine before the work begins. So you put on your running shoes, and suddenly you're at the door. You write 1 sentence, and suddenly you've written a paragraph. You take 3 breaths, and suddenly you're sitting in stillness for 10 minutes. This is not willpower, this is automaticity, the state where behavior becomes effortless because it's been repeated so many times that it bypasses conscious decision-making. And here's what's beautiful about this. Every repetition is not just building a habit, it's building an identity. You are not acting like someone who exercises. You are becoming someone who exercises. You are not pretending to be a writer. You are becoming a writer. The action precedes the identity, not the other way around. But the paradox is, even with perfect habit stacking, you will still procrastinate. Because procrastination is not what you think it is. You think it's weakness, a moral failing. It's not. Every time you procrastinate, it's a design flaw, not a character flaw. Here's what's really happening in your brain. Your limbic system, emotional part of your brain, is engaged in constant warfare with your prefrontal cortex, the rational, planning part. The limbic system is older, faster, and more powerful. It operates on one principle: maximize immediate pleasure, minimize immediate pain. This is the dopamine bias. Your brain prioritizes instant gratification over future rewards because evolutionarily, the future was never guaranteed. So when you choose Netflix over that work project, you are not being lazy, you are being human. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. But here's where it gets complex. James Clear identified the 4 laws of behavior change, and if you understand them, you can reverse engineer procrastination out of your life. First law, make it obvious. If you want to build a good habit, increase its visibility. If you want to break a bad habit, make it invisible. Your guitar should be on a stand in your living room, not in a case in your closet. Your junk food should not exist in your house, period. Second law, make it attractive. Bundle habits you need to do with habits you want to do. Listen to your favorite podcast only while exercising. Watch your favorite show only while folding laundry. Your brain learns to associate discipline with pleasure. Third law, make it easy. Reduce friction for good habits. Increase friction for bad ones. Lay out your workout clothes. Unplug your TV after each use. Push social media apps away from your home screen. Every extra step is a barrier. Fourth law, make it satisfying. Your brain needs immediate reinforcement. Track your habits visibly. Check boxes. Build streaks. Feel the dopamine hit of completion. What gets rewarded gets repeated. This is not about becoming superhuman. This is about becoming smarter than your own resistance. You are not fighting procrastination with discipline. You are designing it out of existence. And maybe that's the real secret. You are waiting for the day you wake up and love discipline. That day is never coming. And here's the truth. You don't need it to arrive either. enjoyment is irrelevant. Structure beats emotion every time. Because motivation is like the weather, it changes daily, sometimes hourly. You cannot build a life on something that fluctuates with your mood, your sleep quality, your morning coffee. But systems outlast moods. The professional writer doesn't write when inspired. They write at 9 a.m. because that's when they write. The athlete doesn't train when motivated. They train on Tuesdays and Thursdays because that's the structure. The entrepreneur doesn't work on their business when they feel like it. They block time because systems make action inevitable. And this is what separates amateurs from professionals. Amateurs wait for the right feeling. Professionals follow the right system. You remove decision fatigue. You eliminate negotiation. You create a life where the decision is made before desire appears. When your alarm goes off, you don't debate. You move. When the calendar says write, you don't contemplate. You open the document. When Friday night arrives and the gym is scheduled, you don't reconsider. You go. Not because you want to, but because it's what you do. And this is the realization that leads to a shift. Habits don't change lives. Identity does. Most people focus on change backwards. They focus on outcomes. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to write a book. I want to build a business. But outcomes are lagging indicators. They are the result, not the cause. The real engine is identity. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Every time you go to the gym, you are casting a vote for I am someone who prioritizes health. Every time you write, you are voting for I am a writer. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are voting for I am someone who does hard things. You become what you repeatedly do, not what you think, not what you intend, but what you do. And here's what's beautiful about this transformation. When your identity changes, discipline stops feeling like suffering. It starts feeling like alignment. You don't force yourself to go to the gym. You are someone who exercises. You don't make yourself write. You are a writer. You don't resist junk food. You are someone who values their body. The behavior flows naturally from who you believe you are. This is the progression clear mapped. Systems, habits, identity, lifestyle. First, you build the system. Then the system builds the habit. Then the habit builds the identity. Then the identity builds the life. You are not trying to act differently. You are becoming someone different. You are not fighting yourself. You are redesigning yourself. Discipline is not a character trait you lack. It is an environment you build. It is not a feeling you summon. It is a structure you create. It is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming intentional. Your brain is not your enemy. It is an ancient tool that needs modern instructions. And when you stop fighting biology and start working with it, when you design your environment, stack your habits, remove friction, and vote for your identity with every small action, something extraordinary happens. You stop trying to force discipline, and instead, you become someone for whom discipline is natural. Not because you changed who you are, but because you changed the conditions under which you exist. And in that quiet space, between the person you were and the person you are becoming, you discover something beautiful. You were never broken. You were just playing the wrong game. And now you finally know the only way that works. So comment below, what part of your life feels exhausting, only because it was never meant to be fought this way?